What's up, YouTube? It's the real Super Mario here, bringing you stop number 3 on the road to E3 2014. And stop number 3, we stop off here at Pokemon. Yup, I've been waiting on this one for a minute. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Man, this is gonna be awesome. So they announced these about a month or so ago, and there's been tons of speculation, but we have little to no information on these games. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something different. Instead of giving you information I have, since I don't have any, I'm going to talk about what I want to see in the game. Speculation about what we're gonna see from this game at E3. Here we go. Alright, so first thing I want to see is I want to see more Megas. More Mega Evolutions. I mean, I can't really list any specific ones at the moment, but I want to see more of them. We already got like, let's see, we got 26, if you count, if you count, Megalodios and Megalodios, which are probably going to be revealed closer to launch of this game. So that's gonna be awesome. I mean, they're another franchise like Civilization that have been going on for years, decades, and have not changed the formula to what the game actually is. Which leads me into the next desire I want to see is, how can they add extras to this game that will make the game different from the originals, but still keep the formula of the game the same. I mean, Emerald did this, Heart Gold and Soul Silver did this. I like to see what they will do with these games to make them different from the originals, but keep the formula the same. There's one thing about Generation 3, this is my favorite generation, is the fact that the world, the region of Hoenn, is probably the most creative region they've ever made in Pokemon. I mean, because you look at it like, traditional Pokemon region, you have, X city, Y city, X city, X city, X city, and it's, they're kind of the same. You've got your big cities and your small towns, and then you've got your champion place where the Elite Four is, then you got a mountain you gotta climb, and a cave, and it's all kind of the same. I mean, they've got their own different unique things with each region, but for the most part, like 70% of it is the same. So for Hoenn, it was completely different. For Hoenn, it was like, okay, you got a city, like, okay, the final city in the game is built in the side of a mountain, and there's a waterfall going through it, and you have to go through a tunnel to go around to come out to the other side to get to the other side of the city. Okay, then you've got like another city that's built on rafts on the ocean. It's an ocean city. I mean, this is before Final Fantasy X now, because they did that a whole bunch in that game. This is before that. Let's see. Oh, they had a city built in trees, a city built in the forest on top of trees, a treetop city. I mean, those things just made the game seem like it was an epic adventure. Seemed like this was an epic fantasy game, not just your typical RPG, but really an epic RPG. Even though it was 2D top down, it was still had that epic feel to it because it was different than the other Pokemon games, and even different than the ones that came behind it. I mean, this was the first Pokemon game to actually have an area of the game that you couldn't get to without the access of an item. I mean, I ain't talking about like, the Snorlax from Generation 1 that was blocking the road. I'm talking about this was a desert that you couldn't cross until you got the goggles because you couldn't see. I mean, they had a volcano in the game that you had to go to the volcano, and there's a legendary in the volcano. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Like, the world, of Hoenn was awesome, which leads me into part 3. I want to see Nintendo push the 3DS, trying to fully imagine the world of Hoenn, the region of Hoenn. You know, I want them to push what the 3DS can do by, you know, trying to do this game. You know, putting all the, all the touches and the water effects. I want to see how far they can push a Pokemon game. Will they do it? Probably not, but they probably will make everything look awesome in 3D. Let's see, what do I want to see next? Oh, one thing about the Pokemon world that is awesome, and that is mysteries. Mysteries in the Pokemon world have become awesome lately, especially with X and Y. There's a ton of mysteries and Easter eggs and things that will probably never really be solved. I want to see more of that. You know, that's my fourth thing I want to see from the Pokemon, from Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, is I want to see more mysteries and Easter eggs. If they've been teasing things, like in X and Y, there was the dude who gives you the mysterious item, and he talks about, oh yeah, man, you know, you think this region is awesome, you should see my region, and it's way different from many of the other regions. And he names off all the regions, including the Kalos region, which is the one you were in. And he's like, yeah, my region is way better than all these regions. You know, and it's like, where are you from then? You know, and it's like, oh, it's teasing a whole new game that's not even going to come out yet. I want them to tease some more. You know, I want them to tease me some more. Yeah, that sounds awkward, but yeah, you know, I want them to do some more of that. You know, give me some more mysteries, some more things I have to find out. Something else to do later. Because, you know, the late game in Pokemon is almost as important as the early game. You know, which leads me to the fifth thing I expect from the Pokemon Pokemon Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire. And that is in-game stuff. Like, after you beat the Elite Four, like stuff like, you know, like X and Y had the Looker missions and other things like that. I hope they find something more, you know, like more story in here, you know, more, you know, legendary Pokemon, you know, that you have to get from other regions, you know, more stuff like that that you have to find after the game is over, you know, because I mean, of course, after the game, there's always EV training and breeding and getting ready for competitive battles and Wi-Fi battles and stuff like that. But, you know, you also have battle simulators like, you know, Pokemon Showdown. So, you know, I still need a reason to play the game after I've beaten the Elite Four and captured all the Pokemon. You know. Oh, the Battle Frontier. I forgot about that. The Emerald introduced the Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier was not in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. But, you know, since, you know, we've had the Battle Frontier forever now, it should probably be in these games to reflect the fact that these take place after Emerald. That would be awesome. Like, I would totally rock the Battle Frontier again. You know, and the sixth and final thing I want to see from the games are possibly DLC. I would not mind DLC one bit. And this goes for Pokemon X and Y too. I mean, cause, you know, you got the ability now with the 3DS to have DLC. You know, Fire Emblem had DLC. Well, you know, and I think Super Mario also has DLC on 3DS. Dude, DLC for Pokemon should be a no-brainer. Especially since we only got 70 Pokemon in X and Y. You know, go ahead and give us some DLC to give us extra Pokemon. You know, I mean, people have to pay for it. Yeah, people will probably cry about it. But guess what? It's DLC and Pokemon. Shoot, I would totally go for that. You know, how often are they able to add new Pokemon after a game has come out that wasn't an event Pokemon? You know, I think things like that are awesome. You know, so, you know, from E3, I want to see those things from Pokemon, from Nintendo about this game. You know, also there's a few rumors to cover. That I'll probably cover. I will be doing Pokemon videos in the future, But the rumors I had to cover here are there's Pokemon Delta Emerald was copyrighted by Nintendo. That's interesting. Now maybe this could just be a copyright, Nintendo just protecting their intellectual properties, or this could actually be a new game. Because if you really look at it, Alpha and Omega mean beginning and end. Delta means change. So what this could mean is this could mean change from the overall formula of things. Whereas, this is different. So instead of having, Pokemon X, Y, then we have the remakes, and then we have Pokemon Z. Maybe we don't even have a Pokemon Z. Maybe we have a Pokemon Delta Emerald, which also covers the story of X and Y. That would be awesome. Also a well, actually, I'll cover more on the rumors when I get to the Nintendo's E3 predictions. So this video ran a little over, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. So yeah, if you like these videos, and if you want to keep traveling with me on the road to E3, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment, and give me your feedback. Subscribe, because that'll help me out. And like always, keep it real with the real Super Mario.